Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Pinstar Plays Sagrada. So what is Sagrada? Well, Sagrada is one of those games which is a physical board game translated into online form, as those games will occasionally crop up on my channel because I kind of like them, and I kind of like this one too. I've actually never played the physical board game, but it was a physical board game first and computer game second. But essentially, the idea here is that you are a stained glass window artist. And you are doing the stained glass windows for a for our let's do you know what, let's do hard. We are doing stained glass windows for a cathedral. So you're trying to basically make the most prestigious window of all of the artists out there that you're competing against. This is a dice drafting and puzzle placement type of game. So a couple of different elements in play. Our first choice here is that we need to choose our board. Now, we place tiles of glass. Every tile of glass has a color and a number on it. Basically, that's the number rolled by the dice. And certain window patterns here have restrictions, like, you know, you could only put a 6 in that tile. You can only put yellows in that tile. The more restrictions, the more difficult it is to properly fill out your window. However, you get that by getting these little favor tokens, these little pips. These give you special abilities to sort of manipulate things to your advantage. As far as what we're going to do, I think I'm going to go with Firelight here. It's not the hardest one up for offer, but I kind of like these little patterns here that they're offering me here. So let us confirm that. So one of the other things that they're asking is, so these are the tools available to everybody. These are little special things that you can do to manipulate the dice. Normally you have to draft a dice and place it as it sees. This allows you to sort of mess with the dice here a little bit. I'll explain it as these things come up. And lastly, we have the shared objectives. So these are objectives that everybody's trying to earn bonus points on. So you get bonus points for having a row color variety, basically having an entire row with no repeated colors, having an entire column with no repeated numbers, and for every 1 and 2 pairing that you have anywhere on the board, you get some extra points. So everybody can score points off of these. So this kind of factors into our pattern here. We also have a private objective of basically the larger the green dice we have, the better. So it's random how we go here. So it is our turn here. Now you have to place your first dice somewhere on the edge, and then afterwards it has to be somewhere contiguous. Now, to sort of play into our strength here, there is 1 green dice up in the pool that we can get, and it's got a 5 on it. We get 1 point for every pip on green dice here, so we want the higher count green dice for a nice bonus at the end of the game. But we can also use this 5 to our advantage. Because we have to place somewhere on the outside, and because our placement is sort of dictated, our next placements, can go basically anywhere next to this dice. We don't want it tucked in a corner. We wouldn't want to put the 5 over here. So I think I'm going to grab the 5 and place it right there. That satisfies the 5, gets us those green bonus points. We pass. Now it goes to the 4th player. Now, because the 4th player was the last one to draft, they get to go again, and now the draft goes for a second turn on the same pool in reverse order. So if we're going to do this, I think since we're going to try for this, I think we're going to go for the pattern here. So these would all have to be purples. These would have to be greens. So we could do a blue 1 here. That would satisfy sort of doing a blue ribboning here. It also would start us on getting some lower count dice for this thing. So yeah, I think the blue one is the correct answer here. And now our AI opponents will draft the remaining dice, and there's always one left over, which goes into the round counter. Now, one of the tools basically allows you to swap one of the dice in the pool for one of the round dice. So if everything up for offer down here is bunk, you can sort of get around that. All right, I think what might be the smart move for us, I think we can populate ourselves into yellow with this yellow 5 here. Again, we want to make sure our values in each column are unique, but it's okay if there's 2 5s diagonally here. We just wouldn't want to put a 5 down here. There's also 4s up for offer, but I was going to make purple right here. So if one of the purples are left, we can certainly start on populating that. But I think this yellow 5 would be smart, because that gives us access to red in case we, in later rounds, get access to reds. Also, somebody's secret objective is probably yellow, so that grabbing that 5 denies them those bonus points. All right, so all the purples got grabbed. All that's left are greens, unfortunately. And we don't have a green 2 down here, so this is a problematic draw. Now we could spend some of our favor tokens to employ one of our tools here. You know what? Since we have another green 5, I think we're going to do that. So one of the tools here is this, the copper foil burnisher. So it allows you to take one of your dice that's already in your window and move it to another square, and you have to pay attention to all the other placement restrictions, but you don't have to pay attention to the numbers squares. Oh yeah, almost forgot. So you cannot have 2 colors, 2 of the same color next to each other, or 2 of the exact same number next to each other here. So I couldn't put a 5 here, here, or here, but diagonally is fine. As such, we can grab this 5, move it down here, and now we get to make our placement. And oh, hey, look, there's a 5 ready for us. So we're kind of dominating the 5s here, and we kind of brute forced our way past that 2, which works for us because hey, now we have 10 points worth of green pips here. The first time a tool gets used by anybody, it only costs 1 favor. So we still have 4 favors to our name. But now that got more expensive for everybody if anyone else wants to use this thing to scooch dice around. So there is a benefit to using it early. All right, that green 5 is up there. That might be useful to us later on. All right, so we get to draft first, which means we get pick of the litter, but also means we also get the last dregs. There is only 1 red here. We could grab that. We could also grab this green 6. However, that would conflict with this 6 up here. We would need a 6 up here, and that's no bueno. So, as much as I want to grab that green 6, I can't. But this would eventually be a green 5 up here. We could grab the green 2 to reach that, but I think it might be more advantageous to us to grab this red 3 here. Now, is the number going to be any problem? Nope, there's no other 3s here. We could also grab the purple 4. That might be a thing we can do. Also, we also have the pick of the litter here as far as yellows go. We could just go blasting there, but because there are 4 yellows, the chances of one of those being left for me by the time I get back are actually pretty good. So I think the red 3 is the correct answer here. Yeah, because then everyone gets that. Yep, so as predicted, we have a yellow left for us, which is great. A yellow 4. We don't have much choice in the matter, but that's okay. A yellow 4 works just ducky right here. Because again, it's not, there's no 4s next to it, and it's not directly next to another yellow. You can do diagonals. And it's unique to the column, so we don't void out this bonus, and it's unique to the unique color to the row. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Normally, it's kind of a mixed bag going first, because, yeah, while you get the pick of the litter for your first draft, you get the dregs at the end, and sometimes the dregs are just awful. Alright, so we get the last pick, but that also means we get 2 in a row, so we know for a fact which 2 we're gonna get, so we can sort of lunge for something here. Let's see here. We can't do a... We could do a purple here in the corner. We could do, well, no, we don't want a 5 because that nullifies the unique row numbering bonus down here. We could do another 3 down here because, again, these are 2 different columns. Nothing that could fit in that 6 just yet. We'd need a blue 6 if we want to maintain the color rainbow pattern for that. We could go green too, but then to what end? No, I think this red, yeah, this red right here is a good move. And then I think it's time for us to start on purple. And since we only have 4, and since this 4 is blocked off from here, we're going to need to stick our purple up here. I mean, yes, we could go over here for the purple, but this is already going to be this is going to actually be red if we're going to follow the color patterns properly. Because this would be blue, and then we'd need a yellow 3 up here. So going like this could, in theory, get us all 4 rows with the color variety if we do this sort of this wrapped rainbow thing, but it kind of restricts our placement options. But for the moment, we're still on task for that. It doesn't always shake out. It does not always shake out to have, to get all the bonuses. Sometimes you just got to find a place to wedge it in. All right, lots of reds and blues. Okay, interesting. Ooh, a red 3. Ooh, we need to get to that red 3. We need to hope they don't draft, because Johannes gets 2 picks in between our 2 picks, but we can't place that red 3 just yet. Wait, no, that needs to be a yellow 3. These 2 need to be the reds. So actually, yeah, we can do the red 4 up here. And since there's 2 blue 6s, because a blue 6 down there would be fantastic. Unless Johannes takes both blue 6s, we can grab one of those for our purposes. Yep, all right, we're going to have at least 1 blue 6 to our name, which is fine by me, because that fits the pattern perfectly. And actually, we could have used that other blue 6. We could have gotten 2 blue 6s there. Had I noticed that, but we'll have chances later on. I'm happy with my thing because this also opens up a few more spaces for us. I'm kind of ignoring the low number bonus just because these are so much more valuable, and I'm not gonna gimp myself just by trying to pick nothing but low. Of course, these are just gonna sort of spoon feed us these. Okay, so, let's see, number restrictions. That 3 up there needs to be, yellow 3, yes, that's a yellow 3. That is totally a yellow 3. I will take the yellow 3, because that's exactly what's needed for that spot. Alright, what's left to me? A purple. A purple 1 wouldn't be a bad thing to stick right here, because I can't do the purple 4. A green 3 is also acceptable. It would basically open up the rest of the board here, but I am a little behind on that, and I can always grab for that. So you know what? I think a purple 1 is the correct answer here. Don't want to be left with needing too many of one color. Okay, we can finish yellow here. We can finish red here, because 6 works out nicely without any repeated colors. I'm going to have to figure out what kind of dregs I'm going to be dealing with, though. A purple 2 wouldn't be a bad thing either. Ooh, we do have a blue 6, though. Yeah, blue 6 is the A number 1 pick there, because that needs to be a blue for the patterning, and that needs to be a 6. So blue 6 is what we're grabbing for that. See, I knew we'd get another blue 6. I didn't actually know we'd get that, but close enough. All right, so they're burning one of their tools. They paid 2 to stomp on one of the number requirements, and they had to pay 2. Oh, the yellow 1 is still... Actually, both of these are useful to me. Oh, no. Yellow 1 would be bad because that would duplicate the 1 here. So a purple 2 would be the correct answer here, which I'd have to place right here, which is fine because that preserves the uniqueness. So no yellow 1, yes to purple 2. And that goes in the garbage bin. There's also a specific pool of dice, so if you see like a whole ton of one color show up in the early rounds, then the other colors will start appearing as needed. Alright, so we can't do a 2 or a 5 yellow, so no, yellow's off the table. We could finish purple here. A 4 would not be good. A 3 would be fine, though. A purple 3 would be... Yeah, purple 3 would be fine. And that would completely finish off purple for us. Yellow, yeah, so yellow's no good. We can't use the red 3 there, because that 3, you can't put 2 3s next to each other. So I'm going to go purple 3 here. And then we get another pick. I think a green 1 is correct here, because there's no 1 in this column yet. And we do need another green. Now we are sort of jockeying for a green 5, but that's not available to us right now. Oh, actually, no, it is. It can be if we really want it. We can bank on that green 5 because it's sitting up there in the tray, unless somebody else grabs it, because they have access to the same tool. So I am gonna make use of that tool. Alright, so it doesn't come to us naturally. You do get a bonus point for every favor you have not spent. Let's see here. A blue 6. Actually, a red 2 would be good, because that actually would that would farm up our low pain bonus here. If we grab the red 2. The yellow's still no good, but we could, if we really needed to, use this tool again to harvest a yellow 4. A yellow 4, we have that available to us, so we have safety nets here. So I think the red 2 is the correct answer here. That way we have no reds repeated here. Okay, yeah, the only one I can choose naturally is that blue 6, which is actually fine. A blue, because the 6 isn't going to break the numbers on here, and it preserves the pattern, so now we don't need any more blues, and we can literally harvest the other 2 dice that we need exactly from the runner track, if we don't get them naturally. Obviously. Alright, so yeah, they're taking the cheap option. What did they... the red 3. Okay, good. They didn't steal one that I needed. Woohoo. I'm glad I have that harvesting option here, because it's going to be slim pickings here. We do have a natural 4 here that we can take for our first one here. And now we're going to use our tool. We have to pick one to swap. So we'll take that one. And I would like the green 5, please. And I'd like that green 5 to go right there. Alright, I think we've perfectly completed our objectives here. And we've farmed up quite a few of green points for ourselves. You do lose points if you have any spaces open on your windows, but it looks like everyone was able to finish. These were a useful set of tools. The tools are not always super useful. All right, so we had 2 favor tokens left over. Johannes didn't use any of theirs. Light shades. So we got 4 points off of that. I think all of our columns qualify for the unique shade variety bonus here. All of our rows should have that. And then shades of green. Boom, boom, boom. Whoa! Johannes! Damn, yo! What the Sam heck was his thing? Oh, he must have had red. Yeah, he had red. Look at that. Look at that. Johannes made out like a freaking bandit. Even though they missed out on the unique colors things on one of the rows here, yeah, they did the unique numbers for all the columns. They got all the rows except for the one, but they sacrificed that one to farm up a whole crap ton of points for themselves, and they didn't use any of their tools, so they got 6 points off of that. So handily beaten, and here I thought we did pretty darn good for ourselves. But hey, no matter. This is a fun game, and I happen to like it. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya!